So we're gonna give you a little tour of the van we've been staying in for this past weekend. It's a Winnebago Travato 59K. It's pretty nice, so let's go. It's got a 2-burner propane stove. There's a convection microwave combo. They gave us everything you need to cook a meal, all your plates, silverware, cooking trays, utensils, everything you might need. There's a really nice big fridge for a van in here. We've only really used it for beverages so far, so. Over here you've got a full functioning sink. There's also all these pop-up outlets around, which are really useful. Got this little handy dandy hanger. I think it might be for fruit, but we used it for odds and ends all week. Your soap, your sponge. Up here, some more cooking stuff, pots and pans. They gave us some spices, some coffee, stuff like that. And speaking of coffee, they gave us one of these French press coffee makers, a Ninja for any smoothies or frozen beverages you might want. And then here's just some additional cleaning supplies. Moving on to the bedroom area. This layout of this particular van has 2 twin beds. It does have an insert in between so you can make it one full bed. We chose not to. It's a little difficult to get it in and out, and it's just more functionable, so we left it as is. There's a swivel TV right here. We've got some bedding up here right now. There's a bunch of charging ports right here for you. Over here, same thing, more bedding in here right now. Each bed has one of these handy dandy little things so you can store. This one's got remotes in it, but you can put like your phone at night. We put like our wallets and stuff, all of our little personal things that we didn't have a place to usually put on like an end table or a nightstand. So moving on, under this bed right here, if you just lift this up, it stays up. They gave us some extra blankets and stuff. There's a table right here that attaches to 2 different places in the van. One's right here, the other's over here by the passenger seat. There's also these little lights under here that turns it into a blue reading light, or if you hold it, it turns it into a normal light. Those are pretty nice at night. You also have full control of the lights throughout the camper with just these 2 switches right here. Go to the other side. Right now we have our clothes stored in this one. These are really nice too, like these latches, they really keep everything together. Right here's just some extra containers and stuff they gave us too. These are cushions that remove so you can make it into the bed or the couch situation during the day. These windows are really nice. They just slide open. They'll have the screens in them already, so they also have the easy shades all the windows do, up and down. And this little window does open all the way. So moving into the bathroom right here, we're gonna take you around back so it's a little easier to see. Out of the van, there are 2 different ways for you to access the bathroom. You can either access it inside or on the outside like this. So inside the bathroom, this entire thing's a wet bath. So there's a way to zip this up, everything in here, so you can get this entire thing wet. There's your bathroom. You've got a sprayer. You've got your shower head soap. So you also have all your storage in here. Again, this can all get wet. Everything will stay dry inside still. So there's lots of storage. You can even put a bar in here so you can hang your clothes. Plenty of storage in here. There's also another huge deep drawer down in here. There's the toilet. You've got your mirror. So the passenger seat swivels all the way around, so does the driver's seat. So like I said before, you can put a table right here So you can do work, eat, whatever.
In the driver's seat, you got your standard wheel. You got a little bit of a confusing configuration over here. You got your blinker on top and your high-low beams. Also down below that you have your cruise control settings. There's been a few times where I went to go and turn on the left blinker or right blinker and accidentally turned the cruise control on. One 12-volt DC plug-in, and you have two USBs up here, one right underneath the steering column and the other one right next to the 12-volt. Top here you have a bunch of cubbies to put stuff in up here, 4 different cup holders, and inside your doors you have deep pockets that I don't think you could ever manage to fill up. The mirror's kind of weird. It's a digital mirror. Seeing as how you're in a 20+ foot vehicle with things wrapped around the windows in the back, your mirror's actually a reversed camera. So it took a little bit of getting used to just looking in there and not being able to actually look in the mirror itself. In the center you have a Pioneer system with a backup camera, which also has Sirius XM. It's pretty nice being able to pair up the backup camera with the mirror, because the backup camera can be on at all times, so you can see what's far off in the distance and what's right up actually behind the van. Being a bigger guy, this isn't the most comfortable situation, but I've grown to get used to it over the last couple days. My knee rubs up against this most of the time, and there's not really much room for your feet down below. The armrests don't really do much for me. I'm guessing for somebody smaller it would, but it doesn't work very well for me at all. The window armrest is great for me, but it doesn't work for Amanda. She doesn't care for that too much. And the windows don't roll all the way down, which is a bummer, because I would like to stick my arm out the window while I'm driving sometimes.
So in the passenger seat, pretty similar to the driver's seat, you've got the deep pocket down here. You know, you've got your standard cup holder. There's 3 cup holders down here, which is really nice and convenient. There's all this extra space up here though that I really, really enjoy. I can put our camera here, I can put sunglasses, my phone. There's so much storage up here, which is really great for somebody that freaks out when there's too much stuff around, when you're unorganized, when you're trying to just have a nice vacation. And when you're setting up at night and you want privacy in the campground, it does come with customized shades that go in all the windows. And again, all of those windows have blinds that come all the way up on them. Complete privacy. We checked. We went around at night and looked in. You cannot see anything. Really surprised. I thought maybe you'd be able to see a little bit of shadow or something, but nothing. So that's pretty awesome.
So now on to a few more of the technical things of this rig. You have your one place, which tells you if your water pump is on or off. You can see your tank levels, your fresh water, your LP, your gray and black waste. Then you can see your battery levels for the house battery, which is the entire cabin, and then the chassis battery, which is the vehicle itself. And then onto the Truma system is your heating and cooling for the unit. This right here is your temperature gauge. The second one over is your thermostat for setting the hot water. Third one over is your electricity, if you want to either run off electricity or LP. That's how it determines how it's going to warm the rig. Then next you have a fan, which you can choose the fan speeds for blowing the heat around the cabin. After that, to be able to power the TV and the outlets in the back, you need to have the inverter control turned on. And then you have your LP tank on and off right here. And then we don't ever touch this, supposedly. Over here to the side, you have your outdoor light, which would be right underneath the awning, and your inside lights, which also control the cabin itself. Down below, by the fire extinguisher here, we have our running board lights for at night. Your coach battery, which to be able to get the power for the lights in the back, you need to have the coach battery turned on. And then below that is your awning in and out and your awning lights. So over here you have your 30 amp plug-in for when you want to plug into the outlets at the campgrounds. After that, right here is your hose for your black and gray waste. Your black and gray waste lever down below. You pull the black one first and then use the gray to flush that out. In the back here, you have your 30 amp hookup for the electricity for the van. And then you have your water line to fill from a fresh water source. Down below is your water system. It explains what everything you need to be able to do to dry camp. It's in the settings it needs to be in right now. If you want to fill it, you just got to move the green and the blue. Very simple instructions. I don't think you could really mess it up. They make it pretty easy. Winnebago did a great job with this machine, making it pretty much foolproof for two people that have never camped before to easily do it.